It's Dawn Lombardi. I'm here with Len Roy, Joe, Kat, my director tonight. Thank you so much for doing these cameras and everything, because I could never do that. Hope everybody had a great Christmas. It was just a couple days ago. I had a great time. I got my new Wet n Wild lipstick on for my daughter, Nettie. Thank you, Nettie. And my daughter's friend, don't forget they're 11, gave me a great haircut. Oh, isn't it gorgeous? Along with some James Charles makeup, which she didn't do tonight, but next time we're gonna do the rainbow makeup look. I've always told you we're gonna do the Swans. Now this swan picture, I've probably done a few of them. Hold on, there's another one behind me. This one was probably a 5-minute one that I just never finished. This one came out great, and then I put it outside to dry, and then it rained, you know, like it always does when I'm here. So it rained all over the painting, and I painted on a piece of wood. So hey, you don't have to paint on canvas. Thanks to Butch, I'm painting on a license plate now, along with some mirrors that I did last week, which is crazy. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start with the drawing. Oh, here's a cute little one I was gonna do too. Again, from somebody else's painting. But since Christmas will be over, my mic, sorry about that, I just slammed down on it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do this basic painting. And I only have a little small canvas. These are not the ones I like. You know, I like the ones with the side, you know, which is easier, but that's okay. So I'm gonna kind of reference this. I can't really put it up here because it might fall and make a big noise. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draw like the horizon line. Okay, the horizon line is where the sky hits the water or the ground or whatever. And that looks about like that. Okay, now a swan. And you might have to focus in a little, and don't worry if you can't. I'm not using a Sharpie because last time it took me so long to cover up that Sharpie. And sometimes leaving the Sharpie looks great too. I'm known to do a lot of portraits and leave some Sharpie, skinnier Sharpie. But anyway, it looks really good. It keeps it crisp and light. So what I'm gonna do is drawing a swan is the number 2, not the number 2 with the googly thing in the middle, but the number 2 like this. So this swan, he looks about like this, okay? Number 2, see, there we go. And then you just float his feathers over here like this. There's some kind of sticking up a thing that goes like that. And then on the beak, usually there's like this thing, which is a triangle going up, and then it goes like that, okay? And then, you know, it's like a big snake on the water. It's crazy. Okay, now this swan here, he is putting his head into the water. So this is kind of like a rainbow right here. Okay, a little different, number 2. And then his body is going over here and like that. And again, the triangle, because that's where his eye is. And then he's like kind of shooting down into the water. Okay, that's all you need. Now I was trying to figure out, what is this stuff? Is it snow? Do swans really, do they fly south for the winter? Because it's like we had chickens growing up, lots of them. Every Easter, we either got 12 chickens or 2 rabbits. And you know, the chickens living out in the woods like I did, they last, you know, not that long. Fox gets them, you know, the rabbits, oof, you don't want a rabbit, believe me. And those of you that have a rabbit, that's great, because we've got a guinea pig at home, Coco. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna kind of move this around like this, because this is all water, okay, and this looks like some kind of iceberg in the back. Again, I don't know if swans fly south. Someone said they don't. I have no idea. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have to put this down over here, and I'm just gonna have to reference and try to whip it up, okay? So I'm gonna try my best. I also have this one, you know, different colors here. This one's got blue and purple, same effect. You know, there's some kind of iceberg over here in the corner. I don't have to put that. But what we're gonna do is I'm gonna get my palette. Okay, we're gonna do 1 episode on this one, hopefully, so I'll be quick, and if not, I'll be back with another Nicole Miller outfit on. My sister told me, Dawn, stop wearing all black. It looks so nice with color, and I'm like, I know. So I'll try. And I've got my white glasses on just for you, Bridget, and John Olivier. Shout out to Gina Guglietti for the wonderful haircut. Thank you, Gina. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna start by mixing some white with some gray, which is gonna give us, and I'm gonna make it, you know, like this color, okay? It doesn't have to be the same gray as me, no big deal. And I'm gonna shoot this across the background like this, okay? And it's the white of the swan that's gonna end up really making the painting happen. So everybody, oh my gosh, I'm covering up all this white. Don't worry about it, okay? Just throw this around like this, and mine isn't gonna be the same as my other swan one. Okay, so I'm gonna move him around like this. Again, I always say, if there's gray in the sky, there's gonna be gray in the water. Okay, so you can throw that gray around like this. Not a big deal, very fun. Hopefully I'll be able to give Len, Roy, and Joe a nice swan painting when I'm done here. And, it's a lot of fun. So now what I'm going to do is, if you notice, there's some orangey stuff going on in the water. Sort of like the Paris one we did. I'm like, is it on fire somewhere? These swans are trying to get away, or what's going on? But I would imagine the sky is higher than the iceberg thing, and that's where the orange is coming from. It's probably coming from some kind of sunset somewhere. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix together some orange. I forgot yellow, which was not smart, but that's okay. This one's just not going to have any yellow in it. So I'm going to take my orange, mix it with a little white so it's less orangey, okay? And I'm going to throw that in around here, okay? Kind of reflecting off. I don't know where it's going to be here, but I'm going to put it around because, that's what it does. Reflects around, goes around in water. If the orange mixes with the gray, don't even worry about it. It's so fun. Hopefully, we got New Year's Eve coming up. So excited. I'm going to be going with the Wild Hacks. That'll be fun. They moved, but I do get the Wild Hack collection, which is where I got this shirt. I love it. Like I say, I love it. So I'm going to throw in some of this orange, throw that around, and it looks like there's some pink in there. And once I get to the swans, that's the big deal. When she tells me, Dawn, you got 10 minutes left, we're going to go in with those swans. Now, there's some pink in there. Red and white makes pink. Red and white and orange makes peach. So that's kind of fun, too. Okay, now this isn't a alizarin crimson or a scarlet, which is a darker red. So, had I had all the colors out, I could mix it around, but I'm just not going to. Just trying to get some of this going around here, okay? Throw that around. It's going to be a pretty little picture when we're done. Okay, and there's a lot of black, so I haven't even started with the black yet. And people like to see water with the blue, so why not? We'll put in some blue too. Maybe I'll mix the blue, and Kat was just saying what a great color blue this is. I'm like, I think it's French ultramarine here, and this is cerulean. So it doesn't really matter. I can mix the two together, throw some white in there. I can even throw some black in there to make it like a darker blue. This is the fun part. When you're painting, you can try out different things. You can say, oh, let's see how this mixes with that. That's pretty cool. Okay, so I'm throwing that around. Mix some blue with some black a little bit more because it is pretty dark, especially this background back here. That's very dark. Again, if you want to spread your water, your paint around, just add some water. So throw that in like that. And, whether it's an iceberg or what it is, it looks like some swans at night. Having fun with the holidays. My husband cooks so good, it was unbelievable. Turkey, ham, lasagna. I don't think the lasagna was out of the box, but it could have been. He could have thrown it out before I was looking. And then my sister's in Florida. I went. She is on the beach having a ball. All right, we got to put some black down here too because it does move around here. Okay, and you want to make sure because when we do that swan, he's going to be pretty, not all white, but he's going to have a lot of white in him. So I'm going to move that around there. And you'll see how it all comes together. It's a lot of fun, these paintings. And sometimes you can watch. I have a guy, Bill. Hi, Bill. He's in my class. A lot of times he'll watch the demo the whole time. Then he goes home and paints it. It's crazy. But he's a great painter. All of them are. Okay, I'm going to get Eleanor on here. Eleanor is 101. She can totally come on here. She came to the Patriots Place game. It was crazy. Totally fine. Okay, I'm going to take some white. Now, it's mixing with the pink, but I don't mind. My swan can be a little pink. I'm going to make him gray first because the gray is going to make him stand out a little bit more. And then when I put the white in, you're going to see how great it looks. Okay, again, it's the number 2. You can try it a million times. This swan painting, I can make it great. I don't have to make it great as long as it looks like a swan. Okay, and if you have some black or any other colors showing through, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. This is supposed to be stress-free. Okay, so yeah, we were staying at a hotel because my new furnace got put in. My son has a bird. The bird died at the hotel. So now we don't have a bird. We have Coco, the guinea pig. I thought there was going to be a dog under the tree because my husband loves to throw a nice old Chinese Shar-Pei under that tree. Thing is like basically having a dragon in the house. And everybody, oh, he's so cute. I'm like, well, don't touch him because he'll bite you. And people are like, oh, no, he won't. This thing is so cute. I'm like, oh, no, he'll bite you. That's why you don't see Shar-Peis. Martha Stewart has some kind of dogs that you can't touch either. And then you'll lose your homeowner's insurance, I think the Doberman's on the list. The Shar-Pei's definitely on the list, no doubt about that. And you know, I don't even know, I think he is Chinese. He didn't really look Chinese, but his eyes were definitely like in his skin. But ooh, those were mean dogs. We had one nice one, Samson. He was great, I think because he was dumb. The other ones were smart. But I had to get rid of those. I mean, I felt bad. And then we got our rescue. So, you know, lots of people get dogs for Christmas. I don't know if I want a dog again. So now I'm going to go in with the white, and I'm going to start to look where the light would hit my swan. Well, obviously, the top of him, okay? And this comes along a lot better when, you know, you let it dry, okay? This is acrylic paint that I'm using today. I'm going to put some white here. I don't know why. I'm shaking a little. I don't know why. Just happens, you know. Hopefully when I get old, I don't shake a lot. I'm not going to be able to drive the car, okay? We're going to put some white over here on him and, or her. I think the prettier bird is always the male. It's like the Me Too movement. Everybody's like, it's not fair. It's like, well, just make it fair. Go out, stop complaining. You know, it's like my job. I don't care. The guys get more attention than the girl painters. Who cares? I'm just going to make it happen. That's it. Okay? I'm going to put another wing or whatever he has here maybe. And then I'm going to glop some wing on this guy over here. So again, now because the swan is white or gray or whatever he is, in front of him, the water is going to turn the color of the swan. Not all of the water, but a lot of it. So we're going to do that, and we're going to do that to this guy here because the swan, sometimes his neck might come around. You'll see that in the water. Okay, and then I've got these iceberg things in the background. You know, again, I don't know what they are, but we're going to throw some of that in just to mix it up a little. Okay, and hopefully it'll come out great. I'll throw a little of the white over here. Okay, again, you're going back and forth like this, not up and down, because you know, kids do that, but we don't have to do that. I hope everybody has a great New Year. Everybody does resolutions. I don't like doing those. Makes me think of all the problems that I have. People are like, Dawn, you're crazy. You've got problems. I'm like, which problem are you talking about? You know, I don't know what I'd do for the resolution. It's like, whew. But I don't lie. It's not good. It doesn't work out that way. You got to just be honest and confront what you got because you don't have much if you're going to lie. Okay, so like I lied about the air conditioning falling out the window with my husband. It didn't work. He knew right away. You picked that thing up, didn't you? And I'm like, Okay, now I'm going to put his beak in. I'm going to get a smaller brush for the beak. And again, I don't know if these birds are nice. You know, I wondered if flamingos were nice. Somebody's like, I love flamingos. A lady at Walmart, she had flamingo hat, flamingo shirt. I'm like, I wonder if those things are nice because they look kind of aggressive. And she's like, no, I think they're nice. Swans, I don't know. I mean, we had geese. They were mean. Douglas and Melissa. We had them for like 2 days, and they ran right back to the farm where they came from. And that was it. They were like, oh, we found Douglas and Melissa. Do you want them back? And we were like, nope. You can keep those geese. All right, again, he has like this triangle thing that goes up into his eye like this, and then it goes down into his beak. And, you know, I can fix it if I really need to. Okay? I'm going to put a little bit more gray in to get this bird looking good. Speaking of birds, a lot of people have birds. Kat was just saying, which of the 5 fishes did you serve on Christmas? And I'm like, I don't think we had any fish. But yeah, people do. And, you know, we didn't have any of that, but we had a lot of food. You know, we had my neighbor, Mary Sue, over. I love Mary Sue. So Mary Sue's super brilliant, smart, very smart, sort of like my husband's smart, maybe smarter, I don't even know. But she uses these 13-letter words. You know, instead of acting like I know what she's talking about, I'm like, what does that mean? And then she tells me. So it's like the word of the week. You know, one day she's like, oh, this person is so ambiguous. Jesus, it drives me crazy. Jeepers. So I'm like, what does that mean? And she's like, it means wishy-washy. I'm like, ambiguous means wishy-washy? Oh, perfect. Now I have a new word in my vocabulary. So when I want to act fancy, I can be like, oh, that Dawn is so wishy-washy. Ambiguous, I mean. So I'm going to go in, put a little darker here, just to define my swan. I've got 10 minutes left. It's so exciting. And I really love my new hair, Gina. Thank you. You know, the girls were trying out their new makeup palettes by James Charles. Great guy. You know, shout out to all the T, whatever, there's a million of them now. But anyway, he's a guy that loves lady stuff. So he does makeup, rainbow makeup. He's making a lot of money. And now my son has like 100,000 hits on Mobama, whatever that is. I think it's some kind of song by Kodak or something. He listens to a lot of rap. That's okay, he's a nice boy. Hi, James. He's a great kid. I'm gonna put a shadow under this bird, even though the white is still reflecting him. And then I'm gonna put a black right under him here. I'm still having that white show through. And then we'll fix his eye there. Throw in some of this. I mean, 10 minutes is long. You know, it's a long time. It's like me, I turn on the Wheel of Fortune and the whole thing's over in seconds. But talk about a job. We were just talking about, my friend, I was asking him, do you like your job? He's like, yeah, it's okay. But you know, I would love Vanna White's job. Just turning over wheels and letters all day, trying to guess what they are, but nobody's gonna think you're dumb because you don't even have to answer anything. But I love the Wheel of Fortune. And some of the other shows, I mean, shout out to my friend Sherry. I haven't seen you in forever, but this girl's casting director for a million different shows. Now it's like over A Handmaid's Tale and Walking Dead and Better Call Saul and all these things. All these Northampton people were so talented. And you know, it was like at my high school reunion, I can't believe how it's just so exciting. We all had like super cool parents that were like, oh, do whatever you want, not like making us do stuff we didn't. You know, it's just a neat place to grow up. It's nice. I'm gonna move some of this black around just because we're gonna finish up. I'm gonna finish this thing up. I'm gonna sign it. And then, you know, one of my camera guys can have it. Joe, I don't know if he got one yet, but I usually like to give away my paintings. That's another thing. You don't have to give your art away. You don't even have to sell it. A lot of people get very hooked on the art. I don't. I have art hanging in the Philippines, South Africa, you name it. I send it all over the place. One time, I sent a painting to Ellen DeGeneres when she was famous, like first famous. I get a call from this lady. No, I get an email, I think. It might have been a call. This lady named Harriet Olberg or something. I'm friends with her now. She's like, I just bought this painting. Now, it was the one I sent to Ellen DeGeneres, right? Okay, she bought it at a thrift store. So clearly, nothing against you, Ellen, but you chucked my painting. She threw out my painting into the trash, probably, and it ended up with pickers coming by and grabbing it. And then she bought it. I didn't even ask her what she bought it for, because, you know, forget it. Might have needed the hotline for that one. So I just was like, whatever. I sent it to Ellen, and guess what? You have it, and you're so lucky. I'm gonna throw a little of this black up here. See, I'm not even looking at the other one, so it's a little difficult, but it's still gonna look great. Okay, I'm gonna fix up his beak a little. So I don't know, I'd like to know if swans fly south. I'll have to ask Mary Sue. Maybe she knows. She'll have a fancy word for it. Oh, they migrate down to the southwestern hemisphere. I love new words, though. It's so fun. Plus, it trips people up. I don't use any fancy words, really. Never. It makes people uncomfortable sometimes, but I'll tell you, I love learning them. I'm like, I never knew that would meant that. Okay, we're gonna put his little eye in there. Put a little bit more shadow here. I'm gonna put this one guy here. And then if I had my yellow, which I could bend down, grab the yellow, but that's all right. Okay. Put that there, and I'm so glad you're tuning in. I'm really excited. I mean, I watch a lot of shows, but it's hard to get into something, so I hope I'm being a little bit entertaining. And then maybe next time I'll have some new hair, or I'll have the James Charles makeup on for sure. And then the Inside Edition people, everybody will come on. Coachy, come on, paint some hockey games here. Yeah, I'm not sure how the hockey's doing. I know the Bruins aren't doing so great, but I mean, all I have to do is go to Ocean State Job Lot and ask Coachy. Takes a second. Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit more light on my bird, okay? And, you know, I don't see a lot of swans. Usually you see two together. Now, I don't know if the male and the female look alike, but I've never seen anything except a white swan. I mean, they have that book called, oh, The Trumpet of the Swans. Okay, there's another book that I cry a lot because I get very emotional. So when I read to my kids, they laugh at me. They're like, Mom, are you kidding me? And I'm like, I know, it's ridiculous. But I get so sad. I mean, that trumpet swan didn't have a voice. He couldn't make his trumpet sound. The swan does have like a puffier head here, so I'm just gonna throw that in there. All right, and again, it's tough because it doesn't dry as quick as you want it to. Say some pink gets into my swan. Don't worry about it. He's gonna have a little pink, you know? Okay, he's gonna look great. Throw some of this over here. That's kind of pink too, which is great. Hey, why not? Let's make some more pink up there. Maybe there's some pink going on in the sky too, I don't know. But it's certainly in the water. So usually if it's in the water, it's gonna be in the sky, you know. So this is a fun one. And remember, the number 2, and then just shoot your brush around and have fun with it, you know? These are fun paintings. And plus, you know, even if it doesn't come out perfect, you know, these abstract artists are making a lot more money than I am. So, you know, don't worry about it. It's so fun. I love tuning in, and anybody you want to come on the show, I'm telling you, you don't have to be anything good at art, you know? I mean, that rock star in town, he doesn't have to know how to paint. I mean, we can get the axe out and go wild over here with the electric guitars, because my daughter has a pretty good one. I bought her a, I think it's called no, I forgot what it's called. It was going to be a Les Paul, but I bought her something else. Some fancy thing. She jams out on it. It's a lot of fun, but it's loud, you know. You can lose some neighbors that way. I'm just going to throw in a little bit more orange. I'm going to make that, you know, orange mixed with the red and the white makes the peach. So I'm going to throw that around here. Throw that in there. Looks nice. Nice sunsetty look. I'll put some up there. Why not? Put some over here. Great swan. He's beautiful. And then the last thing I'm going to do is just go wild with the white that I have left. And then next time, I don't know what we're going to paint. By the time this one airs, it's going to be into the new year. So, you know, we could do something fun like that. We could do a still life. I could have a model on. Anybody want to model? You know, get your modeling career started over here on Nutmeg TV. Someone will notice you and say, that girl is gorgeous, or that guy. I would love to have James Charles on the show. He could do my makeup while we're painting. It would be fantastic. And we're just going to finish up here. Again, I really think this came out nice. I mean, I like it. I've got a little bit more white here. I mean, while I'm babbling on like I usually do, it's fun to just talk and paint. I love it. That's why I love painting on the streets. People always say, how do you do that? Paint and talk. I'm like, I don't know. I just love it. You know, some people can't focus, you know, it's hard. I'm gonna go around with my white again and just make some of this. I'm using a dry brush, which means hardly any water, okay? And it makes a nice reflection here to your swan. I'll put that one there. We'll have his head, you're gonna see the reflection of his head going to the water, getting that sip of water that he's getting. And then I can throw some up here just to have some different contrast coming around there. I mean, I think it's great. And you know what? I'm not gonna bore you with another episode. And you know, I have the white glasses on, especially for the people that, you know, love the white glasses. But Eric, I have your Pradas right here. They are so good. Not for up close, but you know, we'll save that for another time. So what I'm gonna do is just finish up here. I've got a lot of white out here, so I may as well use some of it. If the swan gets a little orange on him, don't worry, it's fine. And then what you're gonna do is sign it. Now again, sign it like a checkbook. None of this fancy stuff, because you know what? You're gonna erase it, you're gonna do it over and over. So what I do is I just pretend I'm signing a checkbook, okay? A lot of times I'll have to put the palette down. Now if you want it to be snowing,